My name is Mark Thomas, and for over 10 years I've worked as a firefighter. I've carried kids out of burning homes, searched collapsing buildings, and seen fire take everything from people. You learn to control fear in my line of work, to stay steady when the world is falling apart. But nothing prepared me for how my own life would unravel, not because of smoke or fire, but because of the woman I loved. It started slowly. A distracted look, a locked bathroom door. Laura had always been an open book, but lately she'd grown quiet, anxious, and glued to her phone. I tried to ignore it, blaming stress, wedding planning, my long shifts. But lies have a way of showing themselves. One evening, after a brutal call, I came home exhausted, wanting only comfort. Instead, I found her hiding her phone the second I walked in. It happened again and again. When I asked what was wrong, she'd just brush it off. My best friend Jake saw what I was avoiding. He told me uncertainty now will turn into regret later. He was right. I finally tried to talk to Laura, but she shut me down, insisting she was fine while her eyes kept darting to her phone. She lied about her mother calling at 2 in the morning. She lied about staying late at school. And the more she lied, the deeper the pit in my stomach grew. Then she started taking off the engagement watch she'd given me. When she left it on the counter one morning like it meant nothing, something inside me broke. The truth finally came out at the same restaurant where we had our first date. She arrived looking different, unable to meet my eyes, and blurted out a name, Travis, her ex. She said they'd been talking for weeks, that seeing him again brought back feelings she thought were gone. She told me she felt passion with him, excitement. With you, it's different, she said. Safe, secure, predictable. The word she didn't use hung in the air. Boring. She told me she loved me but wondered if she'd settled too soon. I pulled my hand away. 5 years, a home we built, a wedding just months away, and she reduced it all to comfort and stability. I told her she was free to choose him, but I refused to be her backup plan. I deserved someone who chose me without hesitation, she cried, saying she was confused, but I had heard enough. I ended the engagement right there. That night I started canceling every wedding plan, wiping our future clean before it had a chance to collapse on me. I packed her things, and when she came to get them, she begged me to reconsider, insisting she hadn't slept with him. But that didn't matter. Emotional betrayal cuts just as deep. The house felt so empty after she left. Nights were the hardest. I threw myself into work, taking extra shifts until my chief benched me for being reckless. He told me to get my head straight. Jake dragged me on a mountain retreat. No cell service, just hiking, campfires, and honest talk. He told me Laura's choice wasn't about my inadequacy. It was about her fear. And that simple truth started to heal a wound I didn't know how to close. Life slowly pieced itself back together. I repainted the house, bought new furniture, rebuilt myself. Then I met Sarah, a trauma nurse I'd seen on emergency calls. She was direct, thoughtful, and honest. We started with coffee, then dinners, and soon something real began to grow. 4 months later, I heard Laura and Travis were having trouble. Soon after, he moved to another state without her. A week later, she showed up at my door, crying. She said she'd made a huge mistake, that Travis had dumped her and she wanted another chance. But hadn't he come back because she chose me? She came back because he didn't want her? I told her no. It hurt, but letting her back in would have destroyed me. I deserved more than being someone's second choice. Months later, I sold the house and bought a new one with Sarah, a real fresh start. People still ask if I regret ending things with Laura. I tell them the truth. My only regret is not ending it sooner. If my story helps even one person realize their worth, then sharing it was worth it. Thanks for listening.